UValleyRadio.net. Good evening. Robert Miguel checking in live from Broadway 830, 100 East Main Street in downtown Uvalde. It's Friday night at 6 p.m. That means Friday Night Live, featuring the rising stars of Texas music, and we are excited to have our friend back from Caldwell, Mr. Steve Anthony. What's up, buddy?
Thank you, Robert.
Welcome back to Uvalde.
Thanks, man. It's always great coming back here. It's a great town. Love coming through. And
we talked about you've got some property around here.
Got some property, well, a little further out.
But you drive through all the time, right?
Yeah. I've got some friends here, and so it's always good coming here.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to have you.
Well, I call you my friend, so
absolutely, man. You're a buddy to the station, buddy to me.
Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting all the Texas artists that you do. It's great. You do a great job, brother.
Well, we do what we can, and we couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, you guys have to keep cranking out that great music.
Yeah, we're trying. We try.
And you got to be willing to come on out here to Uvalde. So,
exactly.
So it's great. Now, Steve, last time we talked, you had just wrapped up the shooting of your video for the current single, and now the video's out.
The video's been out, yeah.
It is cool. We'll talk all about it here in a moment, but I'm just going to play a song, get everybody reacquainted with who you are. This is the first single that we actually played from you. I know you've got a long history of releases, but COUNTRY Country, this kind of gives you a little idea of what Steve Anthony is all about. So check it out. I'm sure you can maybe do an acoustic solo version of it tonight here.
Sure.
All right,
yeah, I'm going to.
This one's called Country. This is Steve Anthony. He's at Broadway 830 tonight with UvaldeRadio.net.
Climb up in my truck, turn on the radio, tune it to Prime Country, sometimes the opera show. Got to hear some fiddle and that steel guitar cry. If you need a good reason, I'm gonna tell you why. We don't need to rock, but we sure can roll. All that pop we've been hearing, and it's sure getting old. I'm gonna call Hank Jr., 'cause he won't lie. He'll be playing COUNTRY. You know where to find us on Saturday night, down at the local tavern, Wranglers cinched up tight. I start a little rhythm on my sixth string, add some bass and drums, and then we sing. We don't need to rock, but we sure can roll. All of that funk we've been hearing, man, it's sure getting old. I'm gonna call Alan Jackson. I know he ain't gonna lie. He'll be singing COUNTRY. All in execs on Music Row. It's like a shoving it down our throats. That ain't country in my country. Boys, we show 'em how it goes. We don't need to rock, but we sure can roll. All of that rap they've been talking, man, it's sure getting old. I'm gonna call up Reba. I know she won't lie. She'll be singing COUNTRY. We gonna call up Brad, George, Chris, and Toby. Ain't none of them gonna lie. They'll be singing COUNTRY.
UvaldeRadio.net. It's Friday Night Live. We're at Broadway 830 in downtown Uvalde. It's also Foursquare Friday. So we've got extended shopping hours at participating businesses here in downtown Uvalde. It's going to be a great, like a hot time in the old town tonight. Of course, it's also Coyotes football night, the season home opener for your Uvalde Coyotes. There's a lot going on in Uvalde, including Friday Night Live with Mr. Steve Anthony. We just heard his first single that was played here on UvaldeRadio.net called COUNTRY Country. And Steve, you're just a good old country boy, aren't you, man?
Well, that's all. Yeah, I
Makes
grew
good
up.
music.
Yeah. Grow cattle and been farming and been on a farm. Grew up on a farm all my life.
We were just talking about during the song that you just dove hunting season just opened up.
Yeah.
Tell us how that's been going for you so far.
Well, it's good out. We had a lot of birds this year.
Yeah.
TPWD at the beginning of the year said there's the white wings and the mourning dove. The population was like increased by 40%, 44. Mourning dove 44%, and white wing 30%.
Wow, why is that? I mean, with the drought
I guess
and
it was
everything,
just
you
a
wouldn't
good
think.
year last year. Because obviously this year hadn't been a great year with the heat.
It's been terrible on every level, right? The heat and then the lack of water.
It's just brutal what's
but the
going
dove
on.
don't care. They're like, I get water elsewhere.
Well, they migrate down from the north, so they go up there. They find them a cool place, shade tree, and then they come on down, migrate this time of year.
And get shot.
Yeah. Well, we had a great... Hey, we missed a lot. There's still a lot flying. So.
Right. Fantastic. So what's your usual... what planning? What's your regimen for dove hunting? Do you have a big party? Invite all the folks over?
Yeah.
Drink a lot of beers?
Yeah, we had a lot of beer, a lot of whiskey. We did us a little... I don't know if you saw on... We popped on the internet one night and did a little Jimmy Buffett tribute.
Oh, no, I did see that. Yes,
that was just a drunk session. So
that's the best kind, man.
We were having fun, and so we figured we put a little clip of it on, and it's not to make fun of Jimmy.
Of course not.
What an artist, and hate to see that anybody with that and him passing. So. It just, but that's life. That's we're all getting there, and we're all going to get there.
Now, I would stretch to say that you're sitting here in what looks like a very Buffett-esque shirt right now.
This is my I'm Falling In shirt.
Yeah. I mean, and your new video has definitely has some Jimmy Buffett vibes.
And it did.
And so, and you like the water, and you like the ladies. So hey, you know what I mean?
That's it. Where else you want to go to find it? Yeah.
So obviously that's a good segue to go into your new single. It's called "I'm Falling In." It's been out for a bit to radio, and the video was released recently. Tell me, first of all, about the song "I'm Falling In," because this was a retooled, right, from a song you had earlier on?
Correct. It was on the Cowboy Way album, and my record company in Nashville, CDX Records, was talking about, we needed to do a video, and we wanted to do an underwater video because obviously I scuba dive, and so we were just... in fact, we daydreamed it up at the TCMA Awards last year.
That's
so
awesome.
We started talking about it in November at TCMA.
Interesting.
And then it developed into this bigger animal. And then it became this giant animal. So a lot of planning went into it. And we were going to go down to the Virgin Islands, and we decided the song was about Cozumel, so let's go to Cozumel. But going back to the song, and when we decided that we were going to do the video on it, I said, well, that I like the version that we did, but it was a little more Buffett kind of sounding, a little more low key, and I wanted something that was really driving,
more energetic,
and really energetic because it was such a fun song, and the lyrics are fun. It's all about having fun, and so. I took it to the next level. I went to studio and tracked it over, and it really turned out. All the producers loved it. They loved the new version, and so it's going to be on the fifth coming album. I'm working on another album. Well, I'm always working on another album.
Right.
I have to. So, but it's going to be on my fifth studio album coming out. Maybe mid next year, so we're cutting tracks for that studio album right now, and been working on it for several months, and I'm Falling In was one of the first ones that we knew that was going to be on the new album. So
that's fantastic. Let's go and get it on, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the video, because that had to be a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it might have even been dangerous at certain points. So
Slightly.
check it out again. We're here with Steve Anthony. He's performing tonight, Friday Night Live at Broadway 830, the address 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. Showtime is 7 to 10 p.m. on the patio. Free show, no cover. Just come on out here and enjoy some pizza and beer. You got to pay for that. And maybe bring some extra cash. Steve's got, what, four CDs available for sale?
4 CDs. I've got a vinyl album now.
I see you got
so-
vinyl now. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a tip jar as well, too. So.
And then I'm going to present this to you, Robert.
Uh-oh.
So I
What?
brought this especially for you. So
Oh, my Lord
my
goodness.
first vinyl album, and I'm presenting this to Robert.
Wow,
for-
thank you very much,
for-
sir. Steve Anthony, Heartaches and Honky Tonks. I collect vinyl, so
It is-
I'll definitely enjoy this, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, well, can I open it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I don't even want to open it. I want to keep it mint condition. But anyway, y'all check this out. Steve Anthony, I'm Falling In, and this is UvaldeRadio.net at Friday Night Live.
Took all my buddies down to Cozumel. I'm gonna do some diving, raise a lot of hell. The first day was over, sun was going down. Met a senorita when I went into town. I said, take me to your beaches, let me see your tan. Drink some margaritas, put our feet down in the sand. Watch the moon rising, listening to the waves and the wind. It's getting deep here, I think I'm falling in. Every day thereafter, we took in the sun. The party only started after the day was done. She'd be always waiting. Man, she looked so sweet. Every time I saw her, my heart skipped a beat. I said, take me to your beaches, let me see your tan. Drink some margaritas, put our feet down in the sand. Watch the moon rising, listening to the waves and the wind. It's getting deep here, I think I'm falling in. She said, come on in,
Come on,
the water's fine.
so fine.
You show me yours, oh yeah, I'll show you mine. Woo! I said, take me to your beaches, let me see your tan. Drink some Jose Cuervo while we dance across the sand. We'll watch the moon rising, listening to the waves and the wind. It's getting deep here, I think I'm falling in. Yeah, man, it's getting deep here, and I think I'm falling in.
UvaldeRadio.net, Friday Night Live at Broadway 830. That's Steve Anthony, his new single called I'm Falling In, to be included on his forthcoming 5th album. 5 albums, Steve. That's crazy. Can't believe it. Now, do you have a title for the album yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No,
Still working
no.
on that? How many songs would you say you have ready to go or at least ready to
For
record?
the record,
For the new one?
five.
About halfway there, I guess?
Yeah, halfway, a little more than halfway.
Okay, so
I
how
usually
many
try
you
to
shooting
go
for?
with about a dozen.
About a dozen songs?
Yeah, Yeah, 10's probably a good number, but I always like to get a dozen on there. So
Yeah, a
give
little
them their
more
money's
bang for your
worth.
buck. People
That's
get
it.
old school that way.
That's right. I get to put more songs on it and get to write more, and it inspires me to to write and keep writing.
I've always appreciated country artists, especially that put 12 songs, because country songs tend to be shorter
Yeah.
than like rock songs
Yeah.
or even R&B.
Yeah.
So you walk away with a 10-minute song. You're lucky if it's 30 minutes long.
Yeah. Well, like radio, anything that you hope to get on radio.
Oh, yeah.
3.5 minutes.
Oh, man,
That's
max.
Don't go over.
Yeah, then these PDs
Don't
go
over that,
crazy, right? Sometimes I get a great song comes across my desk, and I'm like, this thing is like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. By the time I'm getting into it, it's over. Now, it's probably good business to leave them wanting more, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, man, let that baby go another verse or two.
It gives you more time for commercials.
Yeah, right. I mean, I ain't looking for I ain't looking for Let It Be or some epic Hey Jude or whatever.
Yeah.
But something 3.5. Whatever. And it's the industry I chose. But again, Steve Anthony's new single and video, I'm Falling In. Now let's get all the details about the shooting of the video. You had a lovely lady playing a mermaid.
Right. We found her, Hannah Mermaid. Joe was talking to one of the publicists that works in his office in Nashville, and when we were dreaming this thing up, and he said, Cliff, do you know any mermaids? And he said, by the way, he said, I represent the #1 mermaid in the world. Do what?
What?
Yeah. So here we are talking about a mermaid, and Cliff, who works in the same office, says he represents the #1 mermaid in the world. She's from L.A., Hannah Mermaid. It turns out she is.
Wow.
She is the mermaid.
So to clarify, I mean, there are women and men that dress up like mermaids and mermen, and they'll do everything from like Renaissance festivals to like water parks and all kinds, and especially with Ariel, Little Mermaid popularity. It's it's kind of a cool thing. I think. I tried to hire a mermaid once for my daughter's birthday. It ended up being like Snow White instead. That's what they had for availability.
Well, you have to have some water to have it.
Sure.
Because, they can't, once they put all that gear on, there's no getting around.
They're just
we have to
flopping.
we have to carry her to the water, and so it was an interesting experience. Of course, we got to go down to Cozumel and shoot it in Cozumel, and what a great place to be. It's just a great. I've got a couple of good friends of mine that I met a few years ago in Cozumel, and have turned out to be some really good close friends. They have a house, live on the island about half the time, and Tanya and Bill Merritt, and of course we talked to Tanya about coming down and try to see if she wanted to be part and kind of help us out. She's bilingual, and really, like I said, she knows everything about the island of Cozumel. And so about a week before we were going, Tanya says there's no way she can get away. Well, here we are. We're coming up on Thursday. We're getting ready to leave on Friday morning, and Tanya calls me and she says, I'll see you there.
Awesome.
So Tanya showed up, and then, of course, her husband, Bill, he says there's no way he can go. Well, Bill showed up, too. So here we have an 11-man crew, plus Hannah, and plus, we have Tanya, and then Cynthia, one of the cameraman's wives, came, Cynthia Fry. And so we have about 13 or 14 people in Cozumel. And Tanya and Bill says, y'all just come to our house.
That's awesome.
So
it's good to have friends like that have resources.
Yeah.
It looked like the whole thing was a party. I got to talk about this. You filmed some of it underwater. Looked like it was hard to keep that hat on your head.
It was hard, yeah. The hat.
But give me some details on that. We're going to wrap this up pretty quick because we're going to Coyote football.
Coyote football.
But yeah, give me some information on that underwater shooting.
That was the part that we didn't foresee. We didn't have time to play this thing out in a swimming pool before. But if you can imagine a cowboy hat at 30 feet, all it wants to do is float.
Yeah, and a guitar, too.
And a guitar. Well, we had weights in the guitar.
Right, there you go.
Long story short, if we'd had time to work all the details out, we'd have put some lead weights in the hat, and we'd have held it on my head. But we had a couple of safety divers with us, and that was kind of a unique story also, the way we met these guys. and one of the divers had this toolkit that he was down with us. You know, we were 30 feet below the water. There was no getting back up to the surface. I weighed they had lead weights tied to me around my belt.
Man, it's crazy.
I'm weighing about 40 pounds. The guitar is 20 pounds to keep it from floating. And, of course, the hat's trying to float. Every time, you know, I did take a breath of air from a safety diver and exhaled, well, where'd the air go? It went straight into the hat.
Right.
Popped the hat off.
Just floating up there. That's crazy.
So finally, Scott Raper, one of the safety divers, he had some bungee cord in his knapsack with some tools. So they cut the hat band on the hat, and we managed to get this little hat band around and stuffed it back behind my ears where you really couldn't see it, but we fixed everything underwater.
It looks great, and your mermaid is fantastic.
Oh, she was a doll.
I like the fact that she was kind of age appropriate. She wasn't like she wasn't super young.
No, she's not.
You look like
she's 49 years old.
Right, I was gonna say, yeah.
So she, you know, her and me getting close to the same age. It helped. She was the perfect. It was a
fantastic
scenario.
video. So much fun. I miss videos like that. So good to see someone in Texas country, which is, more of a niche market, doing something kind of fun with it. Obviously, you guys put some money, some budget, some creativity into it. So if you're listening, you haven't seen it yet, we posted it up on our Facebook page. Look for Steve Anthony's official video for I'm Falling In, featuring the mermaid Hannah. Hannah Mermaid. Yeah. So, Steve, I guess we got to wrap it up here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get on the plugs in. Tell me what's if you got any upcoming shows or the news that you got to get out there.
Well, we got some stuff coming up in Nashville, and it was supposed to be October 22nd for a gospel show. And kind of last-minute things got canceled right now. So I'll be doing some shows locally around my hometown, Caldwell.
Awesome.
We've got a couple of venues over there that I play. One place called the Rodney, one place called the old post office. It's got a club in it. She opens up sporadically. It's not like a regular kind of thing. So just to be doing some acoustic things. I got some feelers out for the Palace Theater over in Bryan, which was an old movie theater turned into a music venue. So we're working on some stuff. Joe in Nashville, CDX Records, is taking over my booking. So here very shortly, it's going to be putting together.
That's good. He's well connected. That's awesome.
It's going to be putting together a band, and next year it's going to be. We're going to be on the road next year.
You mentioned album maybe about halfway done. Do you have an ETA when you expect, or would you like to put out the new record?
Well, I would like it to be ready about June of next year, but it's just all a matter of when I can get the studio time. Rosewood Studios now. They won Studio of the Year.
Yeah, just hard to get in there.
Now everybody wants to be in there,
That's right.
So I've been with them from the beginning, and now it's hard to schedule time in. So, but I'll be pushing on that, and I'd like to get this other record done, and it's going to be a busy year next year, so I want to get as much crammed into the next 3 or 4 months that I can. Wintertime's a good time to be in the studio. You're not really out there on the road grinding away, and like I said, I'm looking forward to getting a band put together. We'll probably get some Nashville pickers and get a band. I say throw it together. It won't be throwing it together.
I know whatever you do,
it's going to be a lot of.
You're going to put a lot of good effort into it, hard work into it,
and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So,
all right, Steve,
we got a new single coming out.
Oh, okay.
One Horse Town.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be hitting.
When's that?
Well, we're seeing where we're holding on. I'm
pretty
falling
soon,
in. It's pretty soon.
All right, then.
Probably within the next month.
Let this one ride out and do the next one.
All the credentials are in place. So,
Steve, give me the website and the social medias and all that stuff.
SteveAnthonyMusic.com and Steve Anthony Music Facebook.
All right.
You can find me, and then you can find my personal page, Steve Anthony.
SteveAnthonyMusic.com. Steve Anthony on the social medias. You can see him live tonight here at Broadway 830, 100 East Main Street, downtown Uvalde. We're going to wrap up Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for the vinyl LP.
Thank you, Robert.
This thing is going on a frame, I think, in my studio, okay?
I appreciate that,
get your autograph, this bad boy.
I appreciate that,
Again, I'm Robert Miguel. It's Friday Night Live. We are going to get on out of the off the air and go to, I believe, Uvalde Coyotes Honey Bowl for your season home opener. The Uvalde Coyotes versus the Poteet Aggies. We're going to make some strawberry jam tonight.
All
so
right.
it's going to be a good time. Steve,
y'all come out.
Y'all
come out. Thank you, Robert.
Live music here.
Y'all come out tonight.
That's right. Live music here at Broadway 830. And we're going to now resume regular programming. This is UvaldeRadio.net.